It's been a rough 2 games for our Chicago Bears, and this week Ben Johnson challenged those guys in the locker room about their practice habits. Will they answer the call? What's the mindset heading into the Dallas Cowboys game? Plus the mailbag on today's episode. Y'all know we're going to talk about it, break it all down, but you got to hear the music first.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. And if you're wondering about the intro, we going to get it squared away. We know Matt Eberflus is still there. Don't hit my comment box talking about Matt Eberflus. We know he's still there. We going to get it squared away soon. But nonetheless, C-Dubb, what's the word?
What's the word, man? Man, we got to get it right, man. Let's get it right, man. We got to.
Hey, a lot of things came out this week, man. There's been a lot of discussions, a lot of talks and everything coming out of Chicago about how we looked, how we got dog walked, how we got stumped, whatever analogy you want to put in there. And Grady Jarrett had some comments pretty much saying that the coach said it's not good enough, so it's not good enough. We as players got to go out there and answer the call. Now, with the Dallas Cowboys coming into town this week, we got a lot of things to think about, especially when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys offense. But my question is, what should the mindset be? Will they answer the call of Ben Johnson and his coaching staff?
Oh, that's a great question, nephew. And just off jump, when I want to answer this question, I want to look at the situation. And the situation is just plainly put forward. It's a new head coach, quarterback with his third offensive coordinator, his third head coach. New players on the team, got rookies trying to acclimate into the scheme, got a new scheme on both sides of the ball that players are trying to learn on the fly. I'm gonna put that on as a fly. But when you give up 52 points, that takes a lot of your pride, that takes a lot of your soul. It's an embarrassing feeling, bro. So the correct mindset for the Chicago Bulls should be desperation, bro.
Bears.
Chicago Bears should be a desperation, bro. Because because you don't want to come out after dropping giving up a 50-point stinker and then do something even worse the next game. I'm gonna go and give you some examples of teams that gave up 50 in the next game. I got 2 examples. September 24th, 2003, the Denver Broncos gave up 70 points to the Miami Dolphins.
I remember that.
The next game, guess what? They beat the Chicago Bears 31-28.
You said 2023, right?
Yep.
That's when Justin Fields was running wild.
Yeah.
But we lost.
And the last one, November 17th, 2024. The Jacksonville Jaguars gave up 52 points to who you think it is? The Detroit Lions. And although they didn't win the next game showed that they did have a soul and some kind of pride. They lost to the Texans 23-20. So what I'm really saying is desperation. You do not want your pride destroyed. Coming in and putting out a stinker for the football world to see against the Dallas Cowboys. Because every other example, it ignited some spark. It ignited some pride in those said teams. And the Broncos and then the Jaguars, respectively, even though they lost, they still showed some fight, losing only by 3 points, 23-20. So I'm looking at all the leadership with the Chicago Bears, starting with Ben Johnson. New coach, but you are a leader of men. All these men's got man problems. child support and all this other shit like that. You know it's
Come on.
happening on that football team. Don't you even lie. You know it's happening, bro. Bills, all type of shit. They got problems within their own life. But this is their fucking work. This is how they make a means for their life. And Ben Johnson must be a leader of those men. Grady Jarrett, you was chosen to be a leader of men. Caleb Williams, you are the quarterback, so you're automatically slotted as a leader of men. Allen, defensive coordinator, you are a leader of men. We must come show face the next game. So my mindset for the Chicago Bears, desperation, not to be embarrassed.
I know one thing. If y'all think y'all finna go home and get embarrassed again, get ready for the Boo Birds. Get ready for the empty beer, for the full beer cans. They come.
The full beer can, nigga, that man.
Ain't no empty can. It's gonna be a full Miller Light hitting the stage. I mean, hitting the field. It's gonna be a full Michelob Ultra hitting the stage. I'm just saying, hey, bro, we have to be better. That's just what it comes down to. This team absolutely has to answer the call. Ben Johnson put out the ringer. He put up the wake-up call. Will these players go out there and answer? Because it comes down to a point to where you got to have pride. We watching the film, I'm looking at a number of things, and I'm looking at the Chicago Bears, and I'm saying, bro, Tremaine Edmonds, why are you gambling on that play when you're supposed to be playing zone up the middle of the field? And guess what? You tried to jump the route. Alvin Round went, he ain't even stopped. He went right behind you. 20-yard game. Montez Sweat, what are we doing? Bro, you supposed to be setting the edge for the run game. You trying to jump inside on a obvious running down for the Detroit Lions. What are we doing? We need our best players to be them best selves. Otherwise, we going to end up getting embarrassed again. Now, I understand that when we talk about defense, we got to talk about the offense. Offense, Ben Johnson, we looking at you, dog. DeAndre Swift is not the thumper, bro. He ain't gonna lay the bricks down, put the cement and everything at it so we can start building a brick house. No, he's a scat back. We need to put the thumpers in the game. There's Rojo, if you want to go with him. There's Cal Managa. At this point, I don't give a damn. Put somebody in there that can hit somebody. C-Dubb, you want to know what's crazy? I got to verify the stat. But if true, it says a lot about DeAndre Swift. I read somewhere in an article, and I'm going to verify it, but I'm putting it out there that I got to verify. The offensive line before contact is allowing running backs for the Chicago Bears the most yards at almost 2 yards before they even receive contact on run plays. So once the contact happens for DeAndre Swift, that should be an easy 4 or 5 yard pickup, correct? If Absolutely. He was that thumper. So Absolutely. That's why I'm saying Ben Johnson. Put the young thumpers in the game. Hey, look, bro got a Guardian cap now. He can run through some shit. Let Rojo run through something. Come on now. The run game is going to help this offense. The run game is going to help this offensive line build confidence. The run game will help Caleb Williams. It has to be an emphasis on running the ball with more than DeAndre Swift and bringing in Cal Managa and say, yeah, bro, now you're going to block. No, no. Come on now. You better than this. We seen you be better than this. Do not show us a Shane Waldron-esque type of offense. And then what it's been better than that. But what I'm saying is you had some good moments in Seattle, and then you come over here and completely thought it was time to go to Mickey D's for an ice cream cone. No, no, be better, bro. Answer the call.
Yeah. You know what I'm glad that you said? You said something about Montez Sweat trying to sneak inside instead of staying in his lane. You know what that tells to me? And this, we getting a little bit of individual, like the pressure on the individual this game, because a lot of our stars that we expect something from ain't giving us shit. Like Montez Sweat. We know what that tells to me, that he's jumping inside. He's desperate to go out there and make a play, nephew, because he hears all the shit. Like, what the fuck is Montez Sweat? Doesn't that prelude to him trying to force a big play? Is jumping inside like that? Because I know what play you're talking about as well. And we normally don't call it. This is the first time I ever heard you call out Montez Sweat. trying to jump inside and not staying in his lane.
Yeah, because I watched the All 22 like 6 times with different objectives every time. I want to watch my quarterback. I want to know on the next time I go and watch, I need to see what my defensive backs are doing. And they was not great either. But the pass rush, when you play all this man, the pass rush has to be there. Dennis Allen might have to adjust a little bit with a little bit more zone. I'm not even going to hold you. These cornerbacks can't play as much man as you want to play.
No. They can't. No, I mean, at least early they can't. Without Jalen Johnson, it looks like for a really long extended time, these young guys are really going to get tested in that defensive backfield. We thought it was one of the strongest groups on this team, so they're gonna get tested. We're gonna need some leadership from Jaquan Brisker. Maybe he get put in the box. Even he sent some tweets and shit to, I think he requoted somebody that said something like, "Why don't we put this guy in the box?" And he agreed. They're like activate me or some shit like that. So yeah,
I'm with it.
Put people in their strengths. And then I do agree that Brisker should be that's his strength in the box, mixing it up. He a crash dummy. That's what
Play
he
some
does.
single high and let him tee off how you was going to allow Kyler Gordon to tee off.
Yeah.
We got to win games.
Like it's getting to that point. It's desperation. These guys got to put it together for a game, bro. They got to put it together. And let's try to score, not just on the opening drive. It's like we couldn't score in the opening drive the previous 2 years. Now we only scoring in the opening drives.
We gotta be better, bro.
This shit crazy, bro. It can't be. This is not gonna keep sticking with us. We cannot keep getting this fortune, nephew. This can't keep happening to us.
For sure. But it's time to get into the mailbag, so let us know y'all thoughts on that. But before we get into that, here's a message from our sponsors, DraftKings.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Hayes. And if you know nothing else about me, you do know that I love sports, each and every sports. And because of that, I've teamed with DraftKings Sportsbook for an exclusive offer for you guys. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. It's $200 instantly in bonus bets. All you got to do is use my code Bear Central. It's the name of the channel that you're seeing this on, so you already know what the code is. It's Bear Central. The next great touchdown is coming, and you can bet on it with DraftKings. Stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings. Same game parlays for a shot at even bigger payouts. If you love the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has got you covered. You can bet on live in-progress games as they happen. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still get in on the action and all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports and have a shot to win cash prizes. Again, use my code BEARCENTRAL and tell them Hayes sent you. Peace.
All right, so we heard from Hayes with that sponsorship, and you already know it's gonna be do what you gotta do. But hey, let's get into this mailbag. C-Dubb, we're gonna kick this one off for my mans. We ain't heard from him. Wow, here's K2.
K Deuce.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? Man, it's your boy K2 again, man, and I'm just calling in once again, bro, to praise my head coach for a second, bro, because I don't care what nobody says. Ben Johnson gives me the confidence as a fan that I know he will get it together, bro. It's just he's just in year one in the phase of good things to come, bro. And normally, man, through the midst of a losing streak or like bad things that we always just see on tape, bro, I just get upset. I get frustrated and be like, man, why, bro? Like, why do I have to be a Bears fan? But you know what? I'm going to stop that, bro, because I believe in Ben Johnson. Because I just watched his press conference, bro, and the one thing that stuck out to me that he said is our practice habits have yet to reflect a championship caliber team. Now, we can talk about accountability all we want, but when he said that, bro, he said it with conviction in his voice. It almost made the reporter regret asking him the question. Because the truth is, man, is like championship teams, they practice hard, bro. They practice with a certain intention about all the details, bro. And, like, that's what you want from your players, bro. That's why this week we might see a huge difference in what we see coming from the Chicago Bears, bro, because this might be the week that if you don't put up, your ass done moving forward. It's just going to be that simple, bro. And I got that feeling, bro. I don't know why, man, but like after he said that, bro, I heard it in his voice, man. We got us a coach that cares about winning and winning the right way, bro. And that's all we could ever ask for, man. Like, we still got to be patient. We still got to temper our expectations. It's still this, as Bobby says, they still got to put it on wax. You know what I mean? And I'm feeling real confident about maybe possibly coming out with a W. But if we don't, I'm still riding with Ben Johnson, and I just want to make that clear. With that being said, man, I also want to make a prediction for the game, bro. Y'all know I'm always going to ride with my boys, and I believe we're in desperate need of a win, bro. So this week, I believe we're going to put up 27. We're going to play better defense, and we beat the Cowboys 27-20, man, in a gut-wrenching win, but our defense gets a few sacks. Our running game gets better. Caleb Williams is solid. And all around our coaching staff is just going to have a good game this week, man. So I hope y'all having a good day, and I hope y'all have an even better weekend. Y'all already know Chicago up, bear down.
Yeah, I heard from my man K2. C-Dubb, what you got for us?
Shout out to my man K2. I do agree with you that even with a loss, I'm still going to try to trust in Ben Johnson. But I do have a retort for the beginning of your statement, K-Deuce, my guy, K-Deuce. I do, in fact, trust Ben Johnson to turn around the offense. Why do I trust Ben Johnson to turn around the offense or even make it better? Because I don't think it's been all trash to make it better, because we've seen it previous years with the Detroit Lions as the offensive coordinator. We've seen how good an offense led by Ben Johnson can be. But when it comes to being a head coach, we can only go by what we have, the data that is in front of us. And so far as a head coach, he is 0-2. He has put forward 45 points, and he has given up 79 points. That is Ben Johnson's record. What else is it that can give you confidence as a head coach? I don't know what you could do. I'm just being cynical. I'm just giving you the obvious stats. There should be no confidence. There should be cynicism. You should be cynical. Can he do it? I don't know if I'm confident that he could do it. I'm hoping that he can do it because he's never been a head coach before. But the offense, yeah, he could turn it around. What do you think about that?
I'm with it. I think that when you talk about Ben Johnson and his team right now, I still got confidence in him because he don't come to the damn podium like the former head coach. You keep talking about, we're going to get back to our fundamentals. We're going to get back to our fundamentals. We're going to get back to our fundamentals. Fuck them fundamentals. In the press conference, call guys out, hold yourself accountable. He's held himself accountable. He's held his players accountable. That gives me confidence that he ain't bullshitting. And the number thing is that if we call it how we see it, and me and C-Dubb, we talked about this offline yesterday, we like, bro, this is not even a team in Ben Johnson's image. It's not even his image.
Ooh.
So, but I still think that he still got to go through his growing pains throughout this season. But that does not take away the fact that you got to put wins on the board too. You can't go 0-17. We ain't the fucking Lions.
We ain't
the fucking Lions,
bro. I got one more thing to say. Hey, Matt Eberflus was 1-1 at this point. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Did you just defend Matt Eberflus?
No, I said a fact. Matt Eberflus was 1-1 last season at this point.
If it wasn't for Will Levis, he would have been in the same spot right here.
No. Actual fact.
Bring context. Will Levis was saying, "Here, Chicago. Take the win. Come on now."
I do not want Matt Eberflus back. He was awful for Chicago. But the actual fact was Matt Eberflus was 1-1 last season at this point. That's all I'm saying.
This ain't a debate show. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. Because that is ridiculous for you to even bring that up.
How's it ridiculous if it's truth?
It's truth, but no, I don't want to hear that shit. Somebody type, I don't want to hear that shit in the chat. Appreciate the call, K2. C-Dubb. We go black yet again early on this one. This one, my man's my reefer.
Bobby, C-Dubb. Hey, them cognac boys. What's happening, fellas? It's your man, my reefer Asar. Black yet again, man. Listen, hey man, Ben Johnson is not playing, man. He's trying to separate the men from the boys. Okay? Now we all know that Ryan Poles can't draft as well, and he brought in some inferior talent to this football team. Now, these the same players that went on not one, but two long ass 9 to 10 game losing streaks in back to back seasons. Okay? These the same players that quit on their coach, Matt Eberflus, and got his ass fired for the first time in franchise history. This the same players that ain't been lazy. They ain't believe in nothing. They went through the damn Civil War of Chicago. They lost their leader, Justin Fields, and they don't trust Ryan Poles completely. Now, these are the same players. Ben Johnson got to find out who's for him and who's not for him, okay? But Ben came here to win a Super Bowl. And he gonna tell him, just like Mike Dicker told him, we winning the Super Bowl, but your ass might not be here when we do it. Okay? Players like Montez Sweat, Jermaine Edmonds, Tyreek Stevenson, Gervon Dexter, Braxton Jones, sorry motherfucking ass. Those players ain't gonna be here when the Bears win the Super Bowl. Okay? They gonna get replaced. Now, Ryan Poles got a new 5-year extension to go along with Ben Johnson, so he ain't going nowhere no time soon. But who will be shipped up and shipped out is those lazy, loafing ass players that ain't putting in no effort in practice or the games. Now that's on film. They putting that on wax. Okay? And Ben Johnson is watching all of it, taking notes and making his mark known. They're going to be up out of here. Just like I'm about to get up out of here, man, because I got place to go, got people to see. But you know what I'm going to say before I leave? It's Chicago up and bear down, baby. FGB, let's go.
Y'all heard my man's Marifa, hell of a voicemail too. And I think you got some things that make sense. This goes back to what I just said after the last call. This is not a team that's made in Ben Johnson's image. However, the standard still remains the same. We need to see better performances from this team. And that's how we're going to be able to start to properly gauge Ben Johnson. It is still early, so we can't draw early conclusions right now. He is saying all the right things, and he's doing some of the right things, but he got a lot of things he need to clean up too. And when it comes to the players, look, I get it. A lot of us go back and say, well, Ryan Poles could have drafted this player. Ryan Poles could have drafted that player. I get it. It's all fair analysis. But at the same time, these fucking players got to show up too. Two things could be true. Ryan Poles could have went a different direction with his selections, but the players that was brought here, Javon Dexter, Tyreek Stevenson, and a number of other players, they have to show up too. Coaching has to show up and develop these guys. Ryan Poles is not out there saying, hey, go ahead and hit the sled. He ain't doing that. These motherfuckers got to show up. At the same time, we can go and we can keep playing this game of he could have drafted this player, could have drafted that player, but what as those other said players had around them matters. It matters. And we all can agree that the coaching staff that was previously here, they was trash. Simo was trash as an offensive line coach. Matt Eberflus was passive as a defensive coordinator and a damn mechanic / politician as a head coach. Situations matter. It does not negate anything that anybody is saying about we could have drafted this player, but at the end of the day, coaching has to be good and the players have to show up. All three of those things are intertwined in my opinion. C-Dubb, what you got?
I agree with you, and I kind of like the feel. This kind of the same feel from the first couple of voicemails that we had. We putting a lot of onus on on the players or on their play on the field and then their play in practice. And I agree. He definitely Ben Johnson, I'm talking about, deserves the shot to make the team in his image. But we can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Can you?
Yeah, you should be able to chew and walk at the same. If you can't, bro,
I
we need
got
to
you.
reevaluate and we need to take your 4E card, all type of shit.
Got you.
Uh, 50 giving up 52 points is you could definitely point to the players and talk about their effort, but you also got to go to the coach. Like, what the fuck? You just lost total control of that game.
Agreed.
Yeah, of that game. I said it on. I said that for a
Agreed.
particular reason.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to make this point. The Chicago Bears players have the same amount of experience at their job. Every one of the Chicago Bears players have the same amount of experience at their jobs as Ben Johnson has at his job, because it's his first year. He's only like months into his job. We got rookies just months into their job. So he's learning on the job and they're learning on the job. So let's stop putting and they deserve it. The players deserve it. If they're not putting out the 100% maximal effort, let's also look at Ben Johnson, though. He getting paid like a primetime coach. He get paid double figures. I don't think the Chicago Bears ever paid a coach double figures. Maybe Lovie Smith. But, bro, he got some of this blame too, y'all. Don't forget about Ben
Oh
Johnson.
no, everybody included. This organization looks like this the garbage bag in the trash is not completely on fire, but it's a strong stench and the little smoke coming out of. Y'all know the green lines in the cartoons? That shit is, you could see it. They gotta fix it as a whole organization, bro. They gotta fix it. I'm with you. But hey, appreciate the call, my reefer C-Dubb. We about to get into this next one. This next one is from Milton.
Yo, Chicago Bears Central, some cognac boys. What it do? It's your man, Milton, the Dark Knight, calling once again. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Woo, this is going to be a tough test for the Bears this weekend. And we're like a piecemeal of the team. I'm just telling y'all straight up, with all these injuries mounting and we're not getting the plays. And this team's got to do way better than what it's been doing. We got to have a run game, hands down. We do not have a piece of a run game going right now. You know, get Kabananga involved. The DeAndre Swift, I'm not too sold on him right now. I'd rather just put the rookies in. Let's see what they can do. I mean, shoot, with all these injuries going on, man, just put them in, man. We can only hope and pray for the best that these players step it up. And as far as these injuries, though, I believe in. I just want to get y'all opinion on this Chicago Bears Central, especially after that Chiefs preseason game this year, and all these injuries started mounting up. I sincerely believe that when those injuries start happening at running back and the defense, the offense, and everything, I think that was a sign for polls. Look, this is the positions we need to start drafting in come the NFL draft 2026. These are positions you need to definitely hit up, especially running back. We need a bulldozer running back. Yeah. I mean, we already had some agile running backs, but I don't know, man. I want some bulldozing damn running back tumbling through the opponent's defensive line. I mean, what's wrong with drafting that? And then we need an edge rusher. And I'm just gonna be on the real. I know this is like the third game we're going into. My TV ain't doing it, man. And I just hope and pray that he's not another Robert Quinn sounding like that dumbass Ryan Pace did. $75 million for 4 years, and this dude's getting an extra 25 mil. But man, but other than that, as far as the injuries, I heard Jalen Johnson on the Spiegel and Holmes show earlier in the week. Come to find out, it was like an abductor ligament that he tore off the bone, so it's going to be surgery required for that. It's not the non-surgical thing. He can't do it with that, so he's in excruciating pain. So they have to do surgery, and that's more likely going to be a season-ending injury for him. So prayers up to Jalen Johnson and everything. But all we can do is wish for the best and hope this isn't going to be a three-peat embarrassment loss for this team, because we literally lost to a damn rookie. we got our asses handed to us in a 50-burger last weekend, and I hope we don't lose to Eagles on this. But prayers up to my Bears. Chicago up, Bear down. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.
Appreciate the call, Milton. C-Dubb, what you got for us?
Shout out to Milton. Definitely. That's what I've been screaming. We got to get this running game going. And it's not just particularly the running game. We need a different type of archetype of running back that can run through contact a little bit. I think that DeAndre Swift is a finesse or a scat back, like you called him yesterday, nephew. He has a hard time breaking tackles. Even a little bit of contact gets him down. You told me about a stat earlier, nephew, about the Chicago Bears offensive line is giving running backs 2 yards before they get touched. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And so that means that you should be able to, at the very least, get 2 more yards to be at 4 yards per carry, DeAndre Swift. But I want to throw some stats. Talk about some stats here. The Chicago Bears actually ranked 10th in time of possession. Could you believe that, nephew?
It don't seem like it.
It don't seem they are ranked.
It don't seem like it.
10th in time of possession with 31 and 31.16 minutes per game with the ball. But I've looked into why is this? Why it doesn't seem like this? And I got the penalties. The penalties. We ranked at the very bottom, 31st in the league in penalties per play, 30th in penalty yards per game, and 27th in penalties per game with 10 per game. So the penalties that are discipline. That I'm talking discipline, what you looking at, nephew? What you looking at for the blame?
Coaching and mental toughness for my players.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of mental shit going on with this football team. We're not concentrating. We're not focused out there on the football field. And that's why I say we got some talent out there. We tempted possession. We get long drives, and then we get hit. We get pushed back 20 yards with consecutive holding penalties or consecutive false start penalties, bro. And then there's no way it's the odds is against you for even getting the first down. You're not going to get it.
Yep.
So we gotta coaching staff too now. This is
all parties involved.
Arc. Coaching staff too.
All parties involved for me. All parties involved. That's how I'm looking at it. And for this game versus the Cowboys, gotta call it how I see it. I don't think this team is a team that's prepared for a shootout. They haven't shown me that they're ready for a shootout. So, and you at home. Defense, y'all had a good performance on Monday night at home for 3 quarters. It's fine.
Well, they gave up 21 in the third.
More on that on the pregame, because definitely gonna be a lot of good discussions on that, man. But yeah, that shit is just crazy to me, bro. But hey, C-Dubb, last one, man. This coming from Darius from Dallas.
Darius,
what's going on, guys? It's Darius from Dallas, man. I just wanted to call in and say that going into this Cowboys game, and good Lord, man, I fucking hate Cowboys fans. And if I got to deal with their asses coming off of a loss all week, next week, it's just going to make it all that much worse. But I'll say this, man, whatever it is that's going on in Ben Johnson's head, that's making just, I think he fell right into that trap that I was afraid of him falling into. And I think I might have called in on a couple of voicemails about it earlier in the off season. Is him having too many weapons going to make him want to get too kicked? Caleb he's just flat out shouldn't be passing the ball as many times as he's passing the ball. He just flat out should not be passing the ball that many times. And we're just not getting what I thought we were going to get, in the sense of, why are we not basing our offense around running the ball? It feels like we're running the offense based off of Caleb's abilities. And I don't think we're at a point with the offense where we can do that right now. where we can just say, all right, let's build this around Caleb. No, man. I get it that he's a quarterback. So to an extent, you're building around him to that extent. But the fundamentals and the basics of our offense and how we move the ball have to be based around the running game, man. So you got to look at it when defenses go against us now. They don't have to be afraid of the run. They don't even have to worry about the run at all. It's practically a non-factor. And they don't have to worry about us throwing the ball deep downfield, because when we do throw the ball deep downfield, it's always inaccurate. And we don't really just take that many deep shots, if we're being quite honest. It's mostly just dink and dunk. So we go and get this quarterback with this amazing arm talent so that we can just dink and dunk. That don't make sense to me. So I don't know if it's a scheme thing or if Caleb just ain't seeing down the field. But they basically, as a defensive coordinator, you come in and you just got to guard 10 and 15-yard in and out routes. That's pretty much all you got to do to beat us. You can do a very vanilla defensive scheme to beat us. You don't have to do much. So we gotta attack, man. These Dallas Cowboy cornerbacks are weak, just like ours are right now, with all the injuries we got. So we got to attack downfield. That's all I want to see out of Sunday, win, lose, or draw. Texas up, bear down.
Appreciate the call, Darius. C-Dubb, just real quick. I think there's some validity in Darius' comments, especially when you talk about the offense and how good it can be. There's a lot left on the table coming from a lot of players on this offense, but you got to point the head to your head coach who calls the plays and the quarterback. Can't even hold you, Caleb Williams. I think in the last game, though, Darius, I think he did more of trying to push the ball down the field. But again, those drive killers, they hurt. So if you in 2nd and 20 and then 3rd and 20, everything is you ain't gonna have many opportunities to push the ball downfield, because most teams on the defense, to your point, they're gonna run vanilla ass defense and say protect the sticks. Easy. Easy. That's easy. To your point. In the run game, it has to be there. And we're gonna see what these guys are made of, man. We're gonna see. It's a big game tomorrow. And guess what? We on prime time, y'all. Prime time football in the midday slot. Yeah, some other games. Yeah, some other games that's going to be on, but this is the Dallas Cowboys. Come on, man. As much as we don't like them, we know they can draw a crowd. So we going to see what these guys are made of, and we at home, and you going against the mechanic / politician. Come on now. At least on the defense for your offense. You know, if it's 3rd and 7, he dropping his own. Hit the sticks. But we gonna see more conversation to come with that on tomorrow's pregame, because I got a lot to say.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Darius, man. I know he down there, bro, in enemy territory. I know it's gonna be crazy. Even though they're gonna be playing in Chicago, right? So he gonna be out there watching the game in Dallas, probably with a whole bunch of Dallas Cowboy fans. But let's get to the content. I'm gonna disagree with you and say that he is not throwing more passes than he should have, and I'm gonna tell you why. The guys that are leading the league in passing attempts thus far are Joe Flacco and Bryce Young at 45 attempts a game. Caleb Williams is only throwing 32 passes per game. Now, if you think that is too much, okay, then we can talk about that. But he sits about what a median is, what most quarterbacks is around 32 to 35 throws per game. The problem, once again, sticks its ugly head at penalties and stalling of drives. Once you are at 2nd and 15 and 2nd and 20, it's going to be a passing down. So it looks overbloated because of penalties and bonehead IQ lapses on the football field. Also, you could throw in the timing of play called, or when the play is called on the football field, is also dictating what it's going to be, a rush or a pass. So if you run a fake reverse on the 1st down and it gets nothing, the next play is going to be a pass, most likely. So he's not throwing more passes than he should be. I think he's right at the correct number. But I just think it's the penalties and bonehead plays sticking his little ugly head out again.
I will say, if we want to see Caleb Williams pass attempts drop, the run game has to be better. The offensive line with the pre-snap penalties and the penalties while the play is going on have to slow down. They're not going to stop, but they have to slow down. Yeah. 10 penalties a game?
That's crazy work.
A running back that can't... literally the lane has to be right in front of him to take advantage.
Can I say something crazy before you finish, nephew? The Bears are 11th in rushing, too, just to tell you.
But that ain't the point.
But don't that sound crazy? They shouldn't be. It sound crazy. Go ahead.
It doesn't. Like, it's just crazy. But, man, look, more discussions on that, Darius. We know you're going to be there, and we're going to have a lot to talk about for that pregame. It's going to be fun, and we're going to hope that these Bears get a win. But, hey, C-Dubb, you got anything left?
Hey, man, keep hope alive. Beat the Cowboys. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribed if you ain't subscribed already. We got to get out where this got to stop. We get us a win tomorrow. Let's go.
For sure. We're going to see what's to it, and y'all going to be there. We going to be there, and we're going to wait to see what happens. Hopefully a better outcome finally, so we can head into the bye week with at least a win. But hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Before y'all get up out of here, leave your comments, feedback, and everything down below. And if you want to be a part of the mailbag, go ahead and call in and leave your take. The number to do so is 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm Bobby. That's C-Dubb. Y'all already know. Chi-Town up. Y'all want me to say bear down?
Bear down, boy.
Bear down. Peace, y'all.
Bear down.